Hello, it's Randy Dack and welcome back for another video. This time I've got 4 replays for you in the Paladin again. I know I've only recently done a video of the Paladin, but whilst I was making that video, I got pretty close to the 4th mark, so I thought, you know what, let's just have a go and actually 4th mark the tank. Usually I don't bother just because it's a lot of hassle, but I decided to do it in this case and I did 4th mark the tank. And this is the video, leading up to the 4th mark and the final video where I do actually achieve that 4th mark. So we're here on the map. I can't even say the name, Nom or whatever it's called. That's definitely not correct, but that's what I've called it. And we're top tier, and there's no fun please, so I've got every opportunity to have a really good game here. I've taken the decision to push across to this side of the map, which would be a fantastic location for my tank, but it's definitely risky because I haven't really got a lot of support. I really could do with just maybe a couple of heavies coming with me, so I'm a little bit nervous in this at the moment because I'm thinking I know this is a good location, I know I'm going to get lots of shots when I go around this corner, but if I get completely outgunned and they all full send me, then yeah, it's not going to be very good. So I am a little bit nervous, but I've taken the risk. I'm in a good position. I'm hold down. You'll be able to see in a very short space of time when you hold down against top tier tanks how effective the armour can actually be against top tier tanks. It's actually very decent armour, this tank, when used properly. You can see sorry, you can see already I've blocked 3,000 damage in a very short space of time. I've got so many shots coming at me at the moment, but I can't even back up because I'm scared if I keep back up too far they're going to get a shot into my lower plate. But at the same time, I'm now so outgunned that if they all just push me at the same time, yeah, I might be able to get quite a lot of damage in, but if they all start getting around the side of me, I'm just going to, I'm going to die. So I'm pulling right back because you see I am by myself in the hope that if I pull all the way around the corner, then at least I might be able to get a couple of my heavies which are sitting on the red behind me. They may get shots in, and you can hope that maybe they can help me out. Because although I blocked 4,500 damage, I've only got sort of 700 damage of my own, and that isn't going to be enough to 4th mark this tank. So I was trying to back round, bait them around into my tanks, but then that TD was there. It was going to have side shots if I go any further. So I'm kind of, that's not going to be possible anymore. And I've got 2 tanks coming right at me. Now what I should be doing here, right here I'm making a mistake. The Trinity's on low health, and I went for the Caernarvon because it was easy shots. But I should be focusing the tank, which is low health, to take it out of the game. So I only have to fight 1 tank. They're not pushing all the way around, and I've managed to get into a position where I'm covering all my lower plate and sort of hold down again. You see I'm blocking even more shots of damage while completely farming this Trinity, which I've now taken care of that threat. I've now only got the Caernarvon, so I'm in the 1 versus 1. I've got more hit points, so I'm going to be able to win this trade, which is good, and we can push right forward. So I'm quite glad I pulled back in the end, because otherwise I would have been stuck in a real awkward situation. I didn't want to have to turn my turret when I got all people in the ridge shooting down on me and having to deal with like 2 tanks in front of me. Wouldn't have ended well. So I think that little retreat back has actually worked out really well. Just a small little retreat, and now I can get back to damage. I've got 2,500 damage now. It's about 2,600. It's quite a low one just to hold the 4th mark, and then you really want you want to be trying to get about 5k if you want to actually make any sort of progress. But we've got 2,800 damage now, blocked almost 6,000 damage, and this game's turning into a bit more of a win, and it's now the time where I need to keep pushing forward and keep getting that damage, because the main threats are dead. The Brass is dead, so I don't have to worry about that, and I should be able to pick up some more damage now coming behind these heavies. Get 2 lovely shots into Kaiser, putting us up to 3,400. Eat 1 in return, which is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to get a safe behind this rock in front of me now, so that I can, because I've got this IS-6, which you can see is hard aiming me. I've got an IS on the top left. I really need to get rid of this Kaiser K before I'm able to move forward, because otherwise I could potentially get like double shot. And you see, I really, to be honest, what I want to happen is the Kaiser K to get fed up and go for me, so that I can finish him off and then I can progress with my game. Because you see I keep getting detected there, and that's that IS, which is, I shot him to tracks earlier, nothing, and he's hard aiming me at this point. But thankfully for me, Cryzak obliges my request. He comes round, I shut him down, puts me up to just under 4k. And now I've got this Vanguard to deal with, because I'm a clippable target to the Vanguard, although he's attracted at the moment. If we don't take care of him, he could just come back to haunt us later. So we need to try and take him out. We do manage to get that shot in, which is really good, because you know that there can be a right pain in the arse, pain sometimes, those Vanguard to deal with. We eat one there in our tracks from the IS, and now we know he's on a reload. We can progress to try and get the rest of the damage. There's only 4 tanks left, and I need to get right close to be able to get any more damage out of this game. Got 4k, but when you go for the 4th mark, 4k is only going to move me a slight bit. It's going to make it makes quite a big difference if I start getting 5-6k damage, and you're going to end up moving 0.5%. And that's what I'm trying to aim for each game, to be able to get the 4th mark of excellence. So the IS6 is pushing around. I know I've got the IS to my left, but I should be able to get a few shots into this IS6. He's still fairly healthy. We get one in there, we're pulling back. He actually bounces me there, which is nice. So I know I'm going to win this now, but he's got so many tanks in behind him, he gets taken out. And it is just 1 tank remaining, which is IS. The hard graft's been done. It's just finishing as much damage as we can. I know I can kill this tank. I'm just hoping that everyone else misses him, which they are doing at the moment, so I can keep farming him. Because you can see the insane DPM on this tank. Like when you're in a situation like this, you could just rack up that damage so quickly. And we end up managing to shut down the IS. And like I said, this game is a perfect example of when you're top tier, how effective the armour can be. Now I've just blocked 6,500 damage. It definitely can block damage when you're top tier and you're using it in the correct positions. 5,270 damage and the ace tanker. So that's it for the first replay, but I've still got 3 more to come, so stay with us and I will see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are for the second replay of the video. We are on proc, we are top tier again, and thankfully there is no fun police again, which makes a massive difference in proc when you're in a heavy tank like this, and a sort of slower-ish heavy with gun depression. It turns the map, it makes the map far more enjoyable than it is to play with fun police. It's definitely, when I get this map with no RT, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can have a good game here. I've got all the right attributes to have a decent game. I've got a good turret armor, I've got gun depression, use these ridge lines, use these dunes, and I should be able to get a lot of shots in. Obviously we've still got like the 4 light tanks flying around because of the light op at the moment, which I always find it a bit frustrating when they do those ones, if I'm honest, because it's alright when you have the heavy ops, the medium ops, but when you have the light ops, it's great, but you just it breaks the matchmaking too much when you have that many light tanks in the game, where it doesn't really break it that much if you have heavies or mediums. The light tanks just make it an absolute nightmare. But that's the cards we've got to do. So we're gonna make the most of it and see what we can do. This icebreaker gets caught out in the open. I should be able to get a few shots in here. Get one in, and then we get a second in for its lower plate. We're going to go for a third one. We'll see if we can get that one, which we do. And then this light tank pops up. We get one into him. Oh, there's another light tank. This is a fantastic reload. The DPM of this gun comes into play. Puts us onto 1,000 damage. If I was in a slow alpha tank, I wouldn't, slow reload tank, I wouldn't have got that sort of high DPM of this tank. It's so good. That's why I really enjoy, playing this tank, is because of that DPM. It's a very fun tank to use, as well as the fact that the camo on it is fantastic. I like having that unicorn on the side and the lion on the other side. It's decent. This TD has got stuck out in the open, so we made sure we punished him, and then before we know it, we're on 1,800 damage. So we're well on our way to getting up to the requirements we need. I just want to make sure we can get as much out of this as we can, because it is still even, but I'm feeling pretty good, because I know that I'm not going to get just completely destroyed by artillery here. I probably couldn't sit here just like I'm doing now if Police was in the game, but you know, we don't have to worry about this at this time. This Tiger 2, I'm pretty sure is AFK, or, you know, didn't spawn in. I'm not too sure because he's certainly not moving, but I'm not complaining at the moment. I'm getting a few shots in. Our team's moved up. I feel like it's the right time to move to that bowl location. You don't want to get there too early, especially with all the light types running around. You need to assess the situation, because sometimes you can get in there and you're not spotting anything down the 1-2 line because of all the heavy bushes and stuff, and you end up getting in a really awkward situation. And I always find you kind of end up missing out on a bit of damage, because in the past you could push there and you'd be able to spot stuff down the 1-2, you'd be able to rack up the assistance. But it doesn't always work out that way. But it is the right stage to be in there because of where all the damage is located. And you can see now from this location, I'm getting a complete farm by all the stuff stuck in that 5 line. Keep having a little check every now and again to make sure that icebreaker's not lining up a shot on me. But at the moment, I'm not even getting detected. So they obviously don't have the best crews, and it's just a free farm. I'm going to push up because I want to, again, stay ahead of the damage. I've got the hit points to do this. Unfortunately, bounce that one. We do finish off the KD3. Use my repair kit because I didn't want to get stuck in there. It's not a very good situation to be in. You notice I'm ignoring the icebreaker. And that's because most of the damage is on the other side, on the hill right now. If I go all the way over to kill that icebreaker, I'll probably only get like 600 hit points for killing him. And the rest of the damage I just won't get to it because the rest of our team would have killed him before. So I'm just going to leave him for now. He's no harm, he's no danger to me. I'm not scared that we're going to lose the game by me not killing him. I'll leave him to my team so that I can move on and get the damage. Frustratingly, I bounced the first shot of the T-44, but we'll get there in the end, taking him out, racking up another kill, putting us onto 4,000 damage, 1,000 assistance. So we had a good, this is a good game for the mark. I will make progress with this game. But there is more damage, and every little bit you get now will make a massive difference to the percentage of the mark going up. And thankfully it's a full health Oho. This is why I obviously, I decided to leave at icebreaker, because now I've got a lot of hit points to farm if I can actually pen my shots. That one goes in. Obviously APCR, I do going to lose penetration of distance, but I managed to get into his turret. I bounced that one, unfortunately. So I decided to go through the little cupola. I don't know if I bounced or didn't hit the spot I wanted to hit. And yeah, these sort of little bounces are costing me, but fortunately for me, everything else is bouncing as well. So I still pretty much, I think I've farmed, well, I definitely farmed most of his health. I don't know what that shot was. We just won't say anything about that one. But thankfully in the end we managed to get there and we take out the Oho. And now it's just this in the Panzer left, which I do really like that tank, by the way, but we're unfortunately unlikely to get across the damage because it's all the way across on the other side of the map. But we have had a good game. We only blocked 300 this time, but we didn't lose many hit points either. We've got 5,267 damage and 1,507 assistance, so I can expect to go up at least 0.5% with this game. And that is pretty much it for this replay, but I've got 2 more to come, so stay with us and I will see you in a bit for the next replay. Okay, so here we are for the 3rd replay. This time we're on Pilsen, we're top tier again, and we've got no fun police again. I promise you it's not always this way, but it just happened to be this way for this video. Yeah, can't we always have it like this? Would be nice. But then I guess I'd have nothing to moan about. So yeah, but no fun police for Pilsen, and that should allow us to use the ridge on the left hand side of the map, the top side of the map, which I'm going to, without the fear of getting hit by that fun police at the start and taking a chunk of my hit points. Already I can see that this TD and Paladin on the enemy team at sort of A5 have pushed into an aggressive location, which I know I'll be able to farm, which is unfortunate for them, but great for me if I can get onto this ridge. We've got 2 Paladins here, me and this other Paladin. We should be able to go hold down here and take care of this Paladin with relative ease. I've tracked him in place to try and pick up a little bit of resistance. But yeah, this guy, unfortunate for him, fortunate for me, that I'm just going to be able to pick up all these hit points and trying to make sure I hit every shot to maximise that damage. And that's the start of the game we really wanted for that 4th mark grind. I can't remember where I was at this particular stage, but I've just picked up 1500 hit points. That's all of that Paladin's hit points. So that worked out really well. We get 2 into that IS as well. We're going to try and get 1 in and finish off the SU, which we do, and put it up to 2k straight away. And then we've got this national. This is the start of the games which you dream for, really. Immediately I've almost met the 3 mark requirement, and the game is literally just started, and I've still got all my hit points to play with. This sort of Minotaur is in a situation where I have to poke really high, and I'm scared of getting shot by any sort of TDs which might be covering him from behind. So I'm going to move to try and deal with some of the enemy team within this warehouse, because I know I have shots here. It's VK's crossing, so we're going to get a few shots into here. We're looking to shoot through the building. Unfortunately here I don't really look what I'm doing, and I've kind of just nudged that Italian tank, so I do apologise about that. It wasn't my intention, but I was just sort of distracted trying to go for that marks of excellence, and yeah, I wasn't aware that I was hitting that. But I think he gets frustrated and he tries to ram me there into enemy fire. We'll just have to take that one on the chin, because like I say, I did touch him, ram him first, even though it was by accident. But we managed to get a couple into VK. We try and finish him off, which we do, putting us up to 3000 damage, picking up a little bit of assistance, 500 assistance, which is nice because you don't really expect to get a lot of assistance on a map like Pilsen. But it's still a very close game. The enemy team have now come behind us. It's put it on to 10 versus 10. But having dealt with that first threat, I am able to turn around and see if I can get any shots now into the enemy team. This VK coming behind us, trying to hide my lower plate with this rock in front of me. Just trying to make it so the only thing he's got to shoot at is my turret, or maybe my really upper plate, because I do only have 600 hit points left. So I don't really want to take another pen at this stage if I don't have to. So we're on 4k damage now. I'm going to move a little bit closer to try and get a better shot into this VK, so I don't have to keep going for his cupola. Get one straight through his turret. We're going to try and finish him off, but he does get taken out. This light tank now got a shot into me. I'm just going to push this light tank immediately to try and get rid of him. I don't want him running around coming behind me at any point. And we know we've got the DPM to take care of him. We put him on the 1 shot, put him on 7 hit points left. I'm going to keep pushing this way because I see my medium going the other way, so I'm just going to try and push him into our medium. He takes him out, and now we're into a 6 versus 6 or 6 versus 5. And I think, we still got like the Iron Rain on the enemy team, which is obviously very dangerous. I've got to be careful with him. He can he can probably one-shot me at this point. So I'm going to try and move in, rather than go all the way around with my friendly team. I'm going to try and create a secondary angle if I can, and come through the warehouse and see what I can do with there, because I can't really push up to their ridge too easily at the moment. So I'm going to try and get into this warehouse, and we've seen this full health Minotaur backing up. We go for one into drive wheel. We do damage it, but don't track him. We'll go for the tracking shot. Unfortunately, the Italian tank kind of gets in my way at the wrong moment, but it is what it is. We still manage to track him in place. We're able to pick up quite a few little shots of damage in there. Unfortunately, he gets one in return, put me onto 1 shot to all the tanks now, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. The light tank comes flying in. We're going to be able to finish him off, picking up a little extra damage of 41. And now it's just the Iron Rain left and that Minotaur, which has still bring about 600 hit points. I'm not too sure of the health of the Iron Rain. The Iron Rain is obviously dangerous because at this sort of stage, when you're all low health, it can easily just come around and clip both of you, because it's got a 3-shot auto loader. So I do have to be a bit careful with that, but at the moment I've got no way of dealing with him because I can't poke around here because I'm immediately detected. And I'm probably going to get shot by that Iron Rain. But our light tank, I've noticed, has now got into a situation where he's got side shots into the Minotaur, which is great. So I'm hoping if he finishes him off, that's probably going to be my stage, then try and get some shots into the Iron Rain maybe, because the Minotaur's just getting farmed in the side at the moment. He's not in a great position, and he is then full sending in, so I might be able to get a shot in. Because I'm on a one shot, I'm backing up around this tank to try and keep myself a little bit protected. We get one in, we're trying to save our Italian tank. He does manage to take out the Minotaur, and now I immediately swap to the HE because I can pen the Iron Rain, increase my damage. The Iron Rain's coming in, he's going to kill me at this situation, but I'm hoping I can just get that one shot in as well. We do get that, and we pen it with a HE, so we get a bonus bit of damage, putting us up to 6,000 damage. But it's a 1 versus 1 now. I think the Iron Rain is probably either shot his clip or he's got one left. So I'm just praying the LTB can take care of business so we don't lose this game, and thankfully for me he does, and that brings us an end to this replay. We've got one more to come, but let's see how we did. We managed to do 6,052 damage, 4 kills. We've had a really nice game there, and that brings us an end to Pilsen, and I will see you in a bit for the final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for the final replay, the one where I achieved the 4 marks of excellence. We're on Steps Encounter. We are top tier again. There is one fun police in the game, and at this stage, at the start of this game, I knew I needed about 0.30 or maybe a little bit more to do it. I think about 0.30. So I had every potential to get it in this game. So I really wanted to make sure I made the most out of this, because you know the next game after this could be like an awful matchmaking free Arsenal. You just don't know. And this is like the perfect scenario, you know, where we spawn quite close. There's going to be opportunities to get damage in, maybe get some assistance. So the pressure was on to try and make sure we get it in this game. This SCA2, he's going right around the middle. We're trying to punish him. I'm aware that I'm kind of stuck here a little bit too long, and I kind of pay for that and get shot on the ammo rack. I immediately pull back because I think I don't want to throw my tank away here, chasing that extra shot of damage. We're going to move forward now because we stayed there for too long. You know, fun police might be starting to aim in on us. We're going to get a little bit closer. You know, if I get closer, I might pick up the assistance from our fun police. You never know. You might luckily one bomb something, and I get the assistance, and it could be, you know, the 4th mark completed. So I'm going to get a little bit closer. It's a good little ridge this to be using in a tank like this. I'm in the ideal sort of situation for my tank again, using the ridge, using the gun depression, so you're able to use the armour. Obviously I could get hit by the fun police, but that is just, I can't avoid it, so I'm just going to try and get on with my game. That SCA2 is in the middle where I've got easy shots on him. I'm just nervous, you see, every time I take a shot I don't stay, I pull back down just in case people try and poke and get shot into the side of my turret while I'm aiming at that SCA2. But he had to be dealt with. I needed to get rid of him. I couldn't have him sitting in that position. He does get shut down. We've picked up a bit of assistance, a bit of damage here. So it is a decent start. Obviously, bear in mind, some of our damage has been assistance, has been track, and some has been spotted assistance. And for a mark of excellence, the only one that counts is the highest amount you do. So, for example, if I do 2,000 track assistance, and 1,000 spotting assistance, which would be 3,000 total, I'd only get 2,000 count because it's only one or the other. So that's something to bear in mind. So I don't really know exactly how much assistance I've got counting towards my MOE at the moment, but we do have shots in here. The tiger's poking up, giving us shots. My concerns at the moment is fun police, but also potentially getting shot in the side while I'm high up on this ridge. But being high up on this ridge is giving me all these shots into these heavy tanks, so it's kind of one of them you know, decisions. You know, the worst thing that could happen to me in this map is we all go this way and my heavy tank won't get all the damage, and the NET team go to the cap circle and cap us out, with me having no chance of getting there to stop the cap. That's the worst thing what could happen, but thankfully that isn't happening. It's allowing us to have a proper game of tanks, and actually, you know, try and get some damage in. We've got this sort of IS-152 in front of us. Naturally, I don't want to take a shot off of him because that's going to really hurt. But I'm trying to get rid of him at the same time, because as soon as he's dead I don't have to worry about that. So I'm trying to get shots into him. The Atomic's been a bit of a pest, but he's backed up now because I've got help from my friendly heavies, and this has allowed me now to get shots into him while he's retreating. We do go for the track there. I wanted to keep him tracked in place so I've got time to get another shot in. I don't really hit the track shot there, probably should aim a bit better, maybe look at double tracked him. But we do manage to get some shots in there. It puts one in me. Our Ho is really healthy here, so I'm trying to use him as a little bit of a shield so we can share the hit point pool. Because you can't take all your hit points in the next game, so it makes sense to do that. And now we're going to try and take out this Atomic. Now he's a one shot to me. I don't want to stay where I was because that Fun Police was aiming in. And we're at the stage now where we've got 2,000 assistance, 3,000 damage. There's a chance I could do it, but I really, to confirm the mark, I need to get a few more shots in. It's like that could be the difference sometimes, just an extra couple of shots at the end. So I want to try and make sure I can do that. I'm concerned about the Iron Rain because he's got massive camo, but this Jag Panther's 2's in the open. I'm thinking, look, if I can just get my shots into him, hopefully that's going to be enough. We've got 2. Can we get a third one in before he gets away from me? We do. And that puts us to 4,000 damage. And there's the Iron Rain on the left. He gets shut down. And now it's a case of that J Panther, we've pretty much killed. He's on at one shot, so I don't expect him to survive much longer. And then the Mill 2. Now I'm trying to guess where the Mill 2 is. I got lit up when I moved up here and targeted. So I thought, is he going to the cap? He's either going, there's two things. He's either probably going to go to the cap, or he's going to go and try and kill our isolated one-shot Proto, T28 Proto on the other side. At this point, I just start heading towards the cap, but then, I'm just trying to really work out where he is. It's just, it's a guessing game at this point. I have no idea how many hit points he has on. Maybe he's full health. But if I do manage to find him, I know I'm definitely going to confirm my mark of excellence. So I do really want to get there. Frustrating for me, he does get spawned on the other side. So this Object 416 is going to beat me to it. He's got about 1,000 hit points though, so I might be able to get there and get a couple of shots in, if I can. I've just got to head over there and hope for the best. Hope that he's got some hit points left by the time I get there. And he may well do that because obviously the Object 416 can't just go straight over into him when he's got a autoloader. Because he could end up clipping him out. So as long as he keeps him there for a little bit longer, I should end up getting a couple of shots of damage in. I don't even care if this mill kills me. I just want to get some shots in. Got one in. I know if I get one more, I'm definitely going to do it. So all I care about is just trying to get that one shot in at the moment, because we're going to win this game. If the mill dumps his clip into me, then he should be on a reload and be able to be killed. So we get one in. Now I'm happy. It doesn't matter if I die now, we're going to win the game, but we actually get the extra shot of damage and a kill for good measure. Bringing this an end to the video. All what's left to see what we did. We got 4,750 damage, 2,000 assistance, and there it is, the 100%, the 4th mark, and the ace tanker. So I hope you enjoyed the video as always, and again, I always say it, but I mean it. Thank you so much for your support. It's been amazing, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!